Hello, welcome to Quantum Online Academy. This is your Dr. Nagaraju Pendam. In this video, we are going to discuss about one more important science and technology topic, that is from the SpaceX only, that is from Elon Musk Space Agency SpaceX only. So, they did a historic event in the space oriented programs. Now, you able to see SpaceX launches historic FRAM2 mission, first human space flight over polar regions. Suppose if you have to take your earth, our earth is not in a spherical shape. At the poles it is some bend is there. So that's why, so at the pole no one can send up to this polar regions the space flights. So now Elon Musk people send that is the SpaceX FRAM2 mission launch to fly over polar orbit. What is this FRAM2 mission? Why we are using this FRAM2 mission? What is the aim of the polar regions space flights? We have to discuss in this video. Now Elon Musk SpaceX launched the first human space flight to cruise directly over Earth's polar regions. The 4-day long private funded orbital mission is carrying 4 astronauts. So this is the ultimate goal of this mission. Elon Musk company, that is SpaceX. This SpaceX is launched the first human space flight. This is a first human space flight to cruise directly over Earth's polar region. Where it is going? Earth polar regions. The 4-day long, 4 or 5 days program it is fully funded by private company orbital mission carrying 4 astronauts they are carrying to this orbit side. So this is the historical linkages once you have to see. It was named after the Norwegian ship. The Norwegian ship, that ship name is Frame, so which was instrumental in early 20th century polar exploration. One Norwegian ship, that name is a Frame. So in the early 20th century or early 20th century means the end of the 19th century. So this ship explores the polar region, South Pole and North Pole regions. This Norwegian ship explores. So the Frame participated in expeditions and played a significant role in reaching the Arctic and Antarctic regions. So what is that aim of this FRAM2? The Frame participated expeditions and played a significant role in reaching the Arctic and Antarctic regions. FRAM2 mission honors the ship's legacy. So that's why these people are keeping the name FRAM2. FRAM2 is honors the legacy of the ship. So who introduced this explore the North Pole and South Pole? So in the early 20th century, that is a Frame Norwegian ship. Now the SpaceX FRAM2 mission, what are the SpaceX important features of the SpaceX FRAM2 mission? The FRAM2 mission lifted off atop a Falcon 9 rocket. Which rocket it is? Falcon 9 rocket from NASA's Kennedy Space Center, Florida, sending the Crew Dragon capsule. This name they are keeping as a Resilience Crew Dragon capsule. Recently through this Crew Dragon capsule only, Sunita Williams came to the Earth successfully. Resilience into the polar orbit. So this is the Resilience into the polar orbit. So they are sending. It also allows scientists to study how astronauts' bodies respond to weightlessness and motion sickness. So, that is the there any sickness is there, any weightlessness is there. So, they will observe. So, it will last between 3 to 5 days. So, this mission can stay. So, this Crew Dragon capsule can stay there 3 to 5 days with the crew traveling in a novel orbital path to perform various experiments. The crew will perform the first ever X-ray in space. This crew will perform first ever X-ray in space, providing insights into how microgravity affects bone and muscle density, how it will be do. So, those X-rays also in the space they will take. So, it will also focus on cultivating mushrooms in space, which could offer valuable insights into sustainable food production for future space missions. So, for a space mission, we need not to send the food from the earth. So, they are cultivate the mushrooms in space, which could offer the valuable insights into the sustainable food production for future space missions. These are the main important key features of FRAM2 mission. Clear? Now, the first mission task, after the 5 days, what they will do? After returning to the earth, the crew plans to exit the Dragon spacecraft unassisted, aiding research on astronauts' ability to perform the tasks without medical and operational help after the space flight. So, after the space flight, the astronauts cannot sustain their body to the earth atmosphere, but they will do the research how they will sustain after the space flight coming into the earth. So, about the earth's polar orbit, once you have to see, a polar orbit is when a satellite travels around the earth passing over or near the north and south pole. So, what is the polar orbit? Earth polar orbit means, so a satellite travels around the earth passing over or near the north pole and south pole. So, such type of orbit we call it as a earth polar orbit. A deviation up to 10 degrees from the exact poles is still considered a polar orbit. So, from the exact pole, from 10 degrees deviation, you have to round the satellite. Polar orbits fall under the category of low earth orbit. The polar orbits fall under the category of low earth orbit. Low earth orbit, typically the height is 200 to 1000 kilometers above the earth surface. These all we are sending the satellites, low earth orbit satellites only. What are the significance of this earth polar orbit? As the earth rotates beneath it, a satellites in a polar orbit can eventually scan the entire the planet. So, from the pole onwards, entire the planet, they eventually scan it. So, after scanning, they did the research. Extremely useful for earth mapping and remote sensing, environmental monitoring, military and reconnaissance space satellites, for spy satellites, reconnaissance spy satellites we have to identify. So, what are the challenges? Launching into a polar orbit requires more fuel. This is because rockets cannot take advantage of earth rotational speed. So, unlike a equatorial launches. So, we are not sending through the equatorial launches. The equatorial line can boost to the rocket can go up. So, that type of phenomena cannot be executed here. So, that is why that is also one challenge. But we need to send to this polar orbit rocket satellite. So, we need more fuel. This is also another important challenge is there. So, this is the advanced historic feat did the SpaceX FRAM2 mission. So, all the success about the FRAM2 mission, Thank you so much. So please share and subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Thank you.